What's up, guys? Welcome to Cara's Cucina, YouTube's first and only Emmy-nominated cooking show. I'm Cara Di Falco, and on this channel, we encourage everyday people to live healthier by inspiring them to cook delicious food at home. Today, we are talking about whole grains for this week's Health Coach Hack. I am so excited to be shooting this week's episode at the kitchen at Bed Bath & Beyond in East Hanover. It's a great space. You guys can come check it out. They're doing classes, they can do private parties, and I'm really excited to be able to use this space, this beautiful space, to shoot our show this week. So just enjoy it. I certainly am. And this week we're talking about whole grains. So a lot of people come to ask me, especially now with keto being a really popular diet these days, which completely eliminates carbohydrates altogether. Not necessarily something I recommend. Does it work in the short term? Yes, absolutely. Is it sustainable? Probably not. Certainly not for a lot of people. So I want to talk about some of my favorite whole grains because there's a huge difference between a whole grain and a refined carbohydrate. So refined ones are things like breads, pastas, pitas, anything that was ground into a flour. That's going to be a very different substance for your body than something like as simple as rice. So rice is a whole grain. This is probably one of the most common staples around the planet, things that people eat worldwide. It's actually very good for you. A lot of people assume that it's bad for you. You do want to look for a long grain brown rice. It hasn't been as adulterated as maybe a white rice. And really simple thing to cook. So we're going to make a really basic pot of rice here today, but I'm also going to talk about some of my other favorite ones. So to get our rice started, we're going to heat up the right burner. There we go. And most grains have a really simple ratio to them, and it makes it very easy to store them in your home and just cook them as needed. So it's generally 1 cup of grain to 2 cups of water. Now, generally when I cook grains, I also add in a generous pinch of salt and a bit of olive oil, and this just helps add flavor to your grain. But it also depends on what you're using it for. This is when I'm trying to use it for a savory dish. If you were making it for something sweet, so for example, if you wanted to make rice pudding, I would maybe not put the olive oil, still put a little bit of salt because it is your only opportunity to flavor the grain. So we're gonna let this come to a boil, reduce our heat to low, cover it and let it simmer. It only takes about 15 to 20 minutes, which is another reason why whole grains are a really great way to cook in your kitchen and get some of those nutrients and minerals into you. So some of my other favorites are things like quinoa. This is a tricolor quinoa. So it comes in a white, a red, and a dark brown. Quinoa is not only a whole grain, it's actually considered a superfood because it is not only a carb, it's also a protein and a fat. So it is complete in and of itself. It's actually a really great thing to be eating. This is native to South America. So again, if you're someone who kind of follows along the dietary theory of eating what your ancestors ate and you're of South American descent, another great thing to incorporate into your diet. This is a great base for salads, an alternate to pasta dishes, and also just as a side dish for your dinners in the evening. Something else that I love is barley. Now, barley does take a little bit longer to cook. It's actually going to take you about an hour to cook a pearled barley, but this is also a great pasta substitute because it has that nutty flavor, that chewy texture. And again, if you're getting out ahead of yourself, if you're doing a little meal prep on a Sunday, you can make a large pot of this and then use it throughout the week. And all of these grains can be used in that way. And that's what makes them just really good things to meal prep for yourself. We see our pot has come to a boil, so I'm just going to give this a quick stir. I'm going to put our heat to low, and I'm going to cover this. And like I said, this is only going to cook for about 15 to 20 minutes. Brown rice will take a little closer to 20 minutes. And you do, again, with your whole grains, you want them similar to pasta to be al dente. You don't want to overcook them till they're mushy. You don't want to undercook them that they're still so crunchy. But once you have this done, this will give you 4 servings. So 1 cup of grain will usually give you 4 cooked servings once all is said and done. And you can multiply that even more if it's something that's really a staple in your house or something you want to be eating. You could double this, and then you would have 8 servings. You could portion it out for the week along with a protein, maybe some grilled chicken or some cooked fish, and just have this ready to roll in your refrigerator. Guys, like I said, you can serve your rice as a side dish, as a salad, or even turn it into a dessert with a little bit of milk. Make sure you subscribe to my emails. I have a whole list of whole grain information for you. And when you log onto my website, I'm going to give you my favorite fast and dirty quick rice dish that you can quickly and easily make at home. That is it for this health coach hack. I will see you guys next time. Bon appetit.